Hi everyone, Stephen here at Teach Me Music, and today we're going to be talking about practice habits, how to build good practice habits, and why it's good to have good practice habits. And the main thing is that you want to take away from this lesson is there's a good and a bad way to practice. Practice is a very, very big stigma. It's basically got this kind of reputation for being a bad word, and it's only because it kind of conjures up some mental image of struggling, some mental image of basically hating what you're doing. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, etc., etc. But practice doesn't have to be that. Practice can be a very good thing. It doesn't have to be that negative side. It's all about mindset, and this video is going to teach you some ways to get out of it. So, what is a good practice habit? Well, if you like routine or you like structure, having a practice diary or a practice journal, that's a really cool thing, because then you can keep track of what you're doing from day to day. It's very, very, very important if you're that way inclined and if you think that way. If you're a bit more sporadic and a bit more kind of adventurous and off the cuff and you don't really plan a lot of things, what you can do is just time your practice. So everyone has a smartphone, everyone has a stopwatch. So all you do, get your smartphone out, get the timer up, and just set 5, 10, 15 minutes and just solidly practice something that you know you should for that length of time. And what I mean is one thing. So just do one thing for 5 minutes, knuckle down, make sure you concentrate. You'll actually show a lot more improvement, and you'll show signs of obviously being able to do it very quickly. Another thing that you can do, and this is something that I do personally because it really does help me, is if you've got a bass, obviously you should because you're watching this video, if you've got a stand, put the bass on the stand and put it where it's kind of in the way or where you're going to have to walk past it. And the reason for that is because if it's out of the case, if you have a case, if you don't, go check out my bass cases video. But if you do have a case and the bass stays in there and it's under your bed or propped up against the wall, you're probably not going to want to practice it because you barely remember it's there. So if you've got a bass stand, you want to make sure the bass guitar obviously lives on that stand, because you want to put it somewhere where it's going to be slightly in the way, where you have to walk around it or at least walk past it, because then you're going to pick it up more often. And if you're having a really bad day and it's the worst day of your entire life and you don't want to practice, what you can do, and I've done this before, so I'm speaking from experience, is just pick it up, literally play it for 30 seconds and a minute. And when I mean literally, you can time it if you want to, and then just put it down, carry on doing whatever it is you've got to do. And the reason for that is because you're building positive reinforcement. If you constantly have the bass in your hands every single day, you're more likely to practice it because you're building up that repetition and that routine, and that is really good for consistency, really good for actually showing a lot more improvement on the bass guitar quicker. Obviously, there's loads of other things you can do. So in terms of good practice habits as well, you can find a room and a dedicated space. So if you've got a room that you can call your music room, that's cool, good. If you've got a corner, then obviously use the corner. If you can just create a small space where you can stick your arms out full length and just spin 360 degrees, then that's enough space for you to sit there and practice bass. And the reason why I say stick your arms out and swing round is because if you're playing in a corner, in a room, at your house or somewhere, if you're going to turn around slightly and kind of spin a little, and if you're on a swivel chair and you're going to kind of obviously not sit still because you want to get into the groove, you want to dance and move your body while playing bass because it's really good to help with rhythm. What's going to happen is if you're in a really claustrophobic, really tight space, you're going to whack the headstock off something, you might whack your elbow off something. And chances are, whether it's your house or your parents or someone's bedroom, whatever it is, chances are they don't want you putting the headstock through the wall or whacking the paint off or putting your elbow through some plaster. They really obviously don't want you to trash the place. So make sure you've got enough room to move around, maneuver yourself, and you're good to go. And the best thing is, it will give you a positive mindset. No one likes to feel claustrophobic while trying to play bass like this, and this is air bass for claustrophobic. The idea is you want just a little bit of freedom, a little bit of space, and it will help. Another thing you can do is get a music stand, and you can put whatever you're learning, obviously the PDFs from this, or some books or whatever it is, you can put them on the music stand at eye level, so when you're playing, you don't have to constantly keep looking down, looking up, looking down, looking up. The idea is you can just have it eye level, and you'll learn to play bass without looking at it, which is a really good skill to have. We're going to talk about it in other videos, but it's just good for practice. So a lot of people, once again, don't like the word practice, and it's because they don't see it as a good thing. Well, practice is all about routine. So some of the stuff you're about to learn in later videos might take hours, might take weeks, might even take months to get right. I've done the same thing. I've learnt songs over months. I've learnt techniques over years. The idea is you have to give yourself a short-term goal and a long-term goal. And they've got to be achievable. You can't just go, I'm going to play bass like a professional in 2 weeks. That's not going to happen. Unless you've obviously played for like 20 years. So make sure that they're achievable. Make sure that you've got all these things in mind. And it really will help you stay on the straight and narrow path, not get too distracted, and that's a good thing. Another thing that you can do is that while you're practicing bass, you can try and avoid distractions. So obviously we've talked about finding a space where you're not going to knock stuff, but try and find somewhere where there's no TV, where friends or family aren't going to come in and try and talk to you while you're trying to practice. Try and create a space that is literally just for you to practice bass, and try and create a time that you can practice bass in as well. Whether it's like an hour, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 seconds, whatever it is. It's going to really help your improvement. And if you want to learn some of the stuff that's about to come up in later videos and later series, then you're going to have to sit there and practice, but you want to enjoy it. So try and remain positive. Don't go, I can't play this song and I can't play this thing and I hate life, cry, etc. Don't do that. Look at it like this. I can't play it yet. I can't play this thing now, but I will get better in a week. I will get better in a month. I will be able to play this eventually. And when you actually achieve what you're looking to do and the songs that you're trying to learn, it's going to be really euphoric. It's going to be amazing. You're going to feel like you're on cloud 9. So just give yourself chance and give yourself time. If you rush this stuff, you will get it wrong. You will probably hate playing bass. So you've got to pace yourself, especially when you're building up muscle memory and independence as well. So muscle memory is the thing that's going to help you remember this stuff short-term and long-term, memory-wise, and that takes time to develop. So if it sounds really bad now and you're trying to practice a song, don't worry, it's sounding bad now. It's not going to sound bad next week. It's not going to sound bad next month. So just give yourself that time, be patient with yourself, and that is good practice habits. There's loads of other things you can try, and there's loads of other things you can do. So try and find things that work really well for you. If you're a visual learner, try and do something that's very visual. If you're an audible learner, try and do something obviously with audio, and try and do something with hearing. Music is both audio and visual because you can see what you're playing, but you can also hear it. So if you can master those two, that's really good. But if you prefer one now, then just make sure that you're doing that. Play to your strengths, not your weaknesses. But when we are practicing, we do want to focus on the things that you're not so good on. If you're sitting there for an hour blasting through tunes and blasting through things that you're really good at, that's not practice. That's getting used to performing. That's getting used to playing the bass guitar. Practice should be the things that you're not so great at. And that's the reason why a lot of people hate it. But if you persevere and keep with me and keep doing these videos and keep up with all the content that you've seen so far and all the videos you've watched, I guarantee you will be able to play bass to any level that you wish. Just pace yourself, give yourself the time to learn it all, and one day I'll see you being a professional bass player. So obviously, if you found this video useful, epic, go try and find some good practice habits for yourself, and when you're ready, we'll see you again next time.